Preserve your memory and favorite days. Come online to the newest craze. The digital scrapbook, the way you want it to look. With digital scrapbook kits, fun and full of wit. You log in today, you won't be able to quit. Come on over and you'll think it's the bomb. Nitwit
Hi folks,
collection.
here it is. It's a Hear Me Roar kit. Look at all these things that you can do with this kit. The bright colors, all the animals. There's fronds, there's palm trees. There is so much in this kit. It is so fun. Birthdays, children's activities, you name it. And even if you, we'll show you the card making idea later on, you can go with this with a little bit more of a pretty slant to it, or more of an adult slant to it as well, and I'll show you that upcoming. But this is our bundled Hear Me Roar collection, and obviously, for those of you who are new, you do get all 5 of these products when you purchase this as a bundled kit. So you get the FQB, which is up in the top left, you get the Hear Me Roar 2 paper pack, you get the Hear Me Roar Alpha, you get the Hear Me Roar Solids, and the Hear Me Roar Lil Bits. I'm going to go through and show you each and every element and background paper in here, and know that you do not get any duplicates. So by purchasing it as a bundle, you do save yourself 20% versus purchasing each individual item. So it is a good deal as well. And when you see the creativity that's involved in this, I'm sure you're going to want to take advantage of this bundled product because it is something else. Our background papers start off, you can see the bright colors. Beautiful combinations, and here it is when it's put together. Here is the blues and the greens and the, you know, even the orange and that kind of salmony red color. Look at how well it all goes together. Now that is a beautiful back, and I actually used that in our card making idea that you'll see when you go to our FQB product description on our website. You'll hover over the little photos underneath the main product image, and those will come up automatically for you to give you a little bit of inspiration. See how you can use it. Maybe you'll get something from that. As you'll see, we do give you a few colors of each of those backgrounds because everybody sees things a little differently. We want the color palette to work for you. So we want to give you some options here. Again, here's a leaf background. What a beautiful background. Simple leaves on there, but look at the stunning color. The true tones of this is just amazing. So I hope that you're seeing things already and starting to see oh, I can do this with it, or I can do that with it. Same thing, obviously, we want you to have some other ones that are a little not as busy, I guess. Complementative things, so that way you can pair them up with some of the busier and more elaborate backgrounds. Here's the stationery back. Like, you can see this. This could be a card all by itself. You could just simply put a sentiment in here, maybe a main image as well. But look at how it's all built for you. Beautiful shadowing in here already, and all of these beautiful, beautiful colors. Here it is in a deeper blue. Can you imagine that if you were on vacation, you came back, you were going to do maybe a mini album or a scrapbook layout, and you put in this beautiful photo of you on this tropical beach. I'm hoping you're picking up what I'm laying down, people. This is the kit that you'll want to take advantage of. Some beautiful striped background papers as well. And this is a border, so for those of you looking at the screen, you have to look at it for a second. This is actually all transparent in the center, so that for when you're working digitally or for when you're actually printing it and creating with it, you could actually, for those of you with cutting machines, I know we have one as well, this will cut everything out so that you can use this as an overlay. So you can lay it over the top, and there is no color or no background paper behind it. It's very convenient to use, and if you haven't tried them yet, you really should. They're awesome, awesome elements to use. We've given you lots of elements in here, branches. Here is the start of the animals, where we've given them to you individually, so that way you have full creative control. You'll see when we get to the little bits that they're more clustered together. So for those of you like me who really need some help in that area, we've given you those as well in the little bits. So you do have a couple of clusters, a couple of flower clusters. Here's Wild About You with a tag on it, a photo frame or a main element frame. If you're a card maker, don't pass these by. They're not only for photos to go behind. You can easily put your main image behind this, build like almost a shadow box kind of look to it. There's lots of uses for these, or whether you put it in the inside and maybe you have your sentiment written in behind it. You use this as an overlay over top. There's lots of cool ideas that you can use for this. So don't think that they're only relegated for photos. Again, some different leaves and some fronds here. Grass cluster, a second one as well. Some hearts to give you a little love in this kit because there's lots of love and life in here. And some journal squares, some journal tags so that you have the journal areas that you're going to want to be looking for. And again, for those of you creating cards, mini albums, these are obvious, and scrapbook layouts, these are obvious as to how to use. For you creating cards, don't forget about these. These make wonderful things to place in. Make a little pocket in the bottom of your card. This can slide into it. You can write your sentiment in it. You've got a little more room to write. If you wanted to add in more things, maybe you want to diarize, that this was something about that time. You've got all kinds of options with these, so don't feel that they're only relegated to certain areas. Another journal square, which we've left blank for you, so you can adorn it with whatever you want. You can journal on this. You can add a photo to it. You can add more elements to it. And again, you'll see how I just use this as an actual mat on my card making idea when we show it to you here upcoming. It is a terrific way that you can add your own elements and build from it. Here's this blank journal strips. We know a lot of you, we may not be hitting the mark in terms of the phrases that we put in there, or English is not your first language, so we want to make sure that we give you lots of blank ones as well, so that you have full creative control to write in what it is that you want to say. More leaves here so that you can build great floral clusters, or have them, like I said, if you had a vacation, it's a jungle theme, something for someone that you're doing. You have full creative ability in order to decorate it and adorn it exactly how you want. And here is some of the animals. The cute portion of this kit is the animals. Look at how fabulous they are. Here's a lemur, a lion, a lizard on a branch, and then him singly if you'd like in preference. Here's a monkey just hanging around, and the orangutan. Couldn't you pick up and cuddle this little character? Isn't he adorable? The paint chip, our signature paint chip, and a palm tree. You can't go to the tropics without having a palm tree. A nice parrot on a branch, and a parrot by himself, a little different color. Our friendly snake, so not a bad snake, friendly snake. The tiger, and back to the background. So that is what you get included when you purchase just the FQB kit itself. The solid background papers are perfect background papers. You can see they have a very lightly embossed line pattern in them. They're perfect to coordinate for back in behind some of the more elaborate papers. Gives it a little more punch. You can add color variations, things like that. So fabulous solid paper pack as an addition. The little bits. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Here you can see how everybody is clustered together. This gives you such great elements to start from. Kind of that's your genesis when you're creating something. You have things that you can build from, which are already done for you. All you have to do is scale them to fit whatever size of project it is that you're doing, and you're off to the races. We've also left the tags blank. We're kind of, we're trying out something a little different, I guess, if you want to say it that way, whereby we don't put a lot of tags with things already on them. We want to see how you guys receive this, being that we want you to have full creative control to write in whatever it is. We don't want to pigeonhole a kit where, okay, I can only use it for this or I can only use it for that, because that's what the sayings are. We want to have them in where you can personalize them yourself. And again, like we said, we know that English is not a primary language for a lot of our customers. So we want that there so that you can write it in your language, whatever you want to say. Again, a beautiful flower cluster already done for you. Here's another one. You can see how you could start off a card, a layout, a mini album page. You can see how this one element build from this, right? You can see that how that can be your main driving force in it. Here it is with a blank tag in it. Wouldn't this be perfect as a cover on a card, on a cover on a mini album, a main element for a page? Same thing with a scrapbook layout. This can be underneath your main photo, things like that. So hopefully I'm giving you good ideas with this. So we are going to have a couple with tags already on it, but you do get a blank tag that looks like this one. So if you weren't fussy about the words that we have in there, you certainly have a blank tag in the FQB that you can place over top of this and write in what it is that you want to say. Also a photo area behind, and again, for those creating digitally, this is transparent. So as well, when you have a cutting machine, if you're using a Silhouette, a Cricut, a Brother Cut and Scan, those sorts of things, this will be cut out for you. So that way you already have the pocket open for whatever you want to do behind it. And here, my heart goes ape for you. That sentiment really works, doesn't it? This sweet little orangutan just sitting in among everything. You're the best. So we've got his lisp already in there for you. Pair of hearts. Have a roaring good time. My heart goes ape for you. Born to be wild. We've given you some in here so that you have some good creative options in terms of personalized tags already. The Hear Me Roar 2, it's an additional paper pack that you do not get duplicate papers in as opposed to the FQB. In coordination with the FQB. We have seen this floral back before, but you do not get it in this emerald green color. You only get it in some of the other colors. So they are the same patterns, but you do not get these colors in anything else. So don't think that you'd be purchasing duplicates if you were purchasing the 2 paper pack for this collection. And that is how that all finishes out. Beautifully. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous papers to work with. And our last is our Talk, which is our alpha. And as you can see, Mary Fran used the leaf background in there so that it has some life to it, but not too loud. We want this to, we thought this would be a great one where you would have punctuated, but not too overbearing or too loud with any of the oranges or things like that in it. So you do get a full lowercase, you get some of the punctuation in here as well. So that way it allows you to spell out people's names, dates, titles, places for vacations, you name it. The sky is endless with what you can spell with the English language or the letters of a language, any language, the letters. You can go ahead and utilize this so that way you can have a little bit more life or punctuation, punctuate something that was very important to you in the craft project that you're doing. So that's it, people. Our Hear Me Roar collection. It is so fun to work with. You really have to check this out in our store. I'll go back once here and I'll actually show you, in our displays. This is our card making idea. So as I mentioned, here is that mat that I've built onto where I've added my own leaves, I've added a flower, I've added a blank tag, I've added a heart behind it, also some of the flowers and leaves and everything else in order to embellish it. So as I was mentioning earlier, you can see how this kit also can lend itself. This could be a great card for a party invitation. Maybe you're having a theme that is more like this, more jungly, florally, whatever. This could be a good luck on your vacation. This could be a thank you to someone from your vacation. Maybe you had great service from the company that you booked through. Maybe you had friends that you went with, and now they don't live very near you. So now you want to say, hey, thanks so much for the great time that we shared with you on vacation. All kinds of ideas that you can use that card for. Hear Me Roar. Rush off. Go check out this kit and pick it up for yourself. You'll be happy you did. It'll make you smile and it'll give you great creativity. Thanks for watching. I hope you give us thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be made aware of whenever we have new projects that we create with stuff or new kits that come out. It shows you all the time when we have new videos come out. And as well, please feel free to leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and see you soon.